name's Eric. I'm making a game. No, I'm not making a game. Not yet. I'm not yet making a game. But I said that so many times. So many times on this stream. And now what I'm making is actually a tool for making games. You can make characters with animated faces. They say things to you and you say things back to them with speech recognition. It will pick up what you said and respond to you like an actual conversation. And the characters, they won't be like super smart. They won't be like Turing test candidates. They're not going to fool anybody. Well, nobody that's too smart or knowledgeable. That they are real people, sentient beings, or anything like that. They're pieces of art, interactive art. That's what we'll be creating. They'll be fun to talk to, but you'll know they're not real. You'll know that there's not that much going on underneath the hood, but it'll still be fun, like many other things that we consume as media. Okay, let's demo. Demoing. You know what? I have an ability to change this face from Steve Harvey to Ron Perlman in 2 clicks. Bam. Bam. There you go. There's your Ron Perlman. Yeah, so skin and hair recoloring is all working now on the eyebrows and the mustache. And it's a nice achievement because I don't have more related functionality around recoloring all the parts. There's one tiny little caveat, but almost all of it is done at this point. The one little thing I still got left is these irises. They should be settable. When I click on the eyes, they should have an option, a color swatch that lets you change them. But that code to recolor those irises is not going to be impacting the other code that changes the color of the skin and hair, which applies to multiple parts. So something of fairly large complexity is done. Now, today, what I want to do is not add any new features, but just look for bugs, fix bugs, clean up code a little bit, refactor where it makes sense to. Just put the code base in a good state to add new features to it tomorrow, you know? Because if you have like a bunch of little bugs and you just kind of let them hang out and you keep adding new features, at some point it catches up with you. And it's much harder to make progress at that point than if you had just fixed the bugs that you knew about earlier instead of sweeping them under the rug, hoping they go away. No, it's better to just dig in and fix those problems. So the one that I know about that I started to look at last night, and it ended up being too much for me to finish in the session. It goes like this. First I'll do a full reload of the web page. Okay. Then this mouth here, right now it's currently underneath of the nose, which is correct. That's the right drawing order. But after I change it to a different part, it goes in front. And I don't know why. I haven't yet figured out the causation. It's a little bit tricky because of the different handlers and callbacks inside of React. Usually React ends up simplifying all that sort of asynchronous callback stuff. It's got the unidirectional flow where things flow in from the top of your component rendering as properties or use state hooks, and then it flows down to all the parts underneath. But something's off. Something is changing the order. I need to figure out which code is changing the order. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay. I mean, I could try. You know what? This is a hard enough problem. I'm just going to start looking at the code and then brainstorming on what I may want to check. not the readme. Let's see. Scratches. All right. Okay. Bug. What is the bug? Writing it out sometimes gets my brain going about, like, what should I look at? So steps to reproduce. 1. Go to face the screen. 2. Replace the mouth. 3. The mouth is now drawn. Over the nose. Unexpected. Observed. The on replace mouth function correctly orders the child parts, the head, returns with the child parts of head correctly ordered. The face screen render function is called twice. After that, triggers unknown, and on the first render, child parts are still correctly ordered. On the second render, the mouth will be ordered in front of the nose. Unexpected. Okay. So I'll come back to faces screen. And I had some console logging stuff here. I'm going to do an undo to get it back. Okay, there's another one. That's the one I want. This one right there. Okay. So I'll put this back because I already know it's good here. I'm guessing set modal dialog is responsible for the first render. Because set modal dialog is passed in here. So let me see. On replace mouth. Let me go take a look at that. Part user interactions. That's not the right location to look at though, because on replace mouth. Okay, I'm going to rename these because they're confusing me a little bit. So on choose mouth. Honestly, I don't think I need separates for add and replace, so let's just do that. this is potentially a bit of a detour or tangent, but this won't take me too long, and it'll clear up some misconceptions that I'm prone to. So on choose eyes, if I name it like that, then it'll be more clear to me that I'm bringing up the dialogue to choose a new part. So the stuff up here becomes on choose eyes, on choose mouth, on choose head too. Down below, delete these guys. That will give me some more squigglies beneath to fix. Okay. On choose head. On choose eyes. Alright. So what was I actually looking for? Okay, let me think, how does this actually work? So this dialogue, who calls these things? On head changed, on eyes changed, etc. It's going to be the individual dialogue. So if I go to mouth chooser, okay, so that's the on change handler. Back to the faces screen. On change. Those will be down here. Okay. So on change, it's interesting that it passes two setters. On mouth change, let's go look at that. Alright, so it's going to call the general on part change thing. Okay. So this probably ends up being responsible for one of the renders. The update for face related revision is probably responsible for the other render. Okay, let's save all that, make sure I haven't regressed in some way. I can try commenting out either this one or this one. What I know is that when this function exits, the order is correct, as I said here. Okay. Or hum him. What the heck is twine? Twine, that's like crummy rope. No, it must be something else. Twine. What the heck is twine? Yo! Well, you know, it's impossible to be aware of everything that's happening everywhere. But let me see what they've got going on. Publishes directly to HTML. Cool. Open source. Well, check. Also, me the same. Let's see. Let's do a using your browser. Let's take a look. Tell me more. Tell me more. All right. I want to get the gist of it because it does look like there's some overlap. Are you Orham? Are you associated with the project Twine? Okay. Wanted to make sure I didn't, accidentally step on some toes there. Okay, but what I just want to know, like, features. That's what I want to know about Twine. I would like to know about features, not how to do things. Like, what can you do with it? Okay, maybe the cookbook is not what I want. What's next? Yes, I also do this. Boy, these guys have a lot of the same sensibilities as me. Yeah, I like to put it all just in the browser. Persistent storage. Okay, go to the story list. Yeah, tell me about this. Okay, no stories. How am I living? Like, I'm not sure what you mean. Like, what's my life like? I'm moonlighting on some web application stuff that's fun and interesting to me. Creating this tool. Yeah, okay. I get you. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. It's like my little bit of time after the day job to work on my own personal projects, that kind of thing. But you did pique my interest on this Twine thing. Okay, Twine. Old Billy, his burden is that he doesn't ever get to have a settled appearance or identity because I can just keep messing with his face. Just keep messing with it. I can give him different nose. And I can change his hair. And then he's got different animated emotions, and I don't like that particular nose. I'm gonna put it back to the one I like. And boom. So the idea is, like, in this face editor, you've got this face you create, and at any point, no matter what you do to it, it's fully animatable in like a standard way. And then there's a part that's missing here, but I've got another web app that lets you define the things that old Billy's going to say, or whoever your character is, and also like what responses are for interactivity. But it's based upon continuous speech recognition. So in the browser, I can load in a purely offline speech recognition library called Vosk, which is based upon the work of Caldi. And the angle, and I've done little demos to know it's possible, is that you just talk to this guy. You just talk to this guy and he talks back to you. You can interrupt each other and you can, cause him to say different things based on what you say. And there's some other parts of this, like I worked a lot in the past with voice actors and bringing in speech audio, and I really wanted to streamline the lip animation stuff, and so I've got like this fully automated detection of speech and generating of lip animation stuff. So if I click on this,
down right now,
it's the processing automatically figures out what the lip animations are supposed to be. Vosk, VOSK. VOSK is the speech rec library, and like all this stuff's open source that I've been working on. So if anyone happens to be interested, github.com EricH2000. Your senior project when you're in college was on polyphonic note detection. Yeah. Like fast Fourier transforms. That's pretty cool. I do like a bit of audio processing, that's for sure. All right, so let me see. Coming back to this guy, I'm fixing this bug where the mouth will sometimes hop in front of the nose. Okay, so coming back to this. Let's see. Part chooser interactions. Okay, so it didn't regress that I can see. Let's get the console log going. So here we got eyes, mouth, nose. Nose at the end is the good state. And as soon as I replace this mouth, it's going to go eyes, nose, mouth, with mouse drawn last. And that is the issue right there, because I want it to tuck under the nose. So I gotta see what is reordering. I'm gonna try taking out one thing at a time to kind of isolate the cause. So trying this will get rid of the set modal dialog. Okay, so it's still reordered incorrectly after the redraw. I am guessing it's not this guy, but it's something in update for face related revision. So I'll take that out. See what happens. Okay, so it still reorders. So I was wrong, it's not that function. What if, let's see. Where do I think the flow is going? I think it's going, to here. Well, let's try this. Let's just take out all this code and see if the reordering still happens. I just need to narrow this down. Because it's just too tricky to step through it in the debugger with all the callbacks. Boom. Okay, it kept the order. Yeah, good. Okay, so I think that means that whatever's fucking with the orders is in this code block here. So let's just, good. Okay. Now what if I take out this? Okay, I already tested this one. But yeah, okay, let's see. Okay, it reordered. So I kind of know it's not these. I don't think it's in here because I'm not replacing the head. Yeah, this part doesn't really. I really don't think it's that. It's probably going to be something in here. Okay, also I don't think it's this because it's not a new component. So it's probably going to be up in there. Okay, good state, yes. Nose on top, and then place, not replace the nose, replace the mouth. Okay, so all that. Take this line out. Okay, so you didn't replace, that's fine. And you didn't reorder. Okay. So this seems to be what triggers it. I could step into that. The thing that's hard is I'm pretty sure that the reordering was performed after this returns. It's worth double checking though. Come back over here and grab my little logger. Head, children for each child, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, so on part change came back with mouth on top. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, so just to be a little bit brute force about it, because I think I did this already. What was it? Order. Sort head children in drawing order on the head. Okay, does that fix it? So we went on part change, it came back eyes, nose, mouth. Eyes, nose, mouth. Let me look at this function. Because it didn't actually sort them. That's not right. Maybe it doesn't sort in place. Maybe I need to set the return value. But part loader util sort. The MDN docs does say it sorts in place, which should handle it. I suspect that there's some issues with this. Let's think. Is part type a string? It is. Okay, so that should match up to these. And the nose should just be last. I wonder if the part type is getting lost. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah. Draw it if you like puzzle games. There is enough puzzles in that game for most people's lifetime. Just so many. The player base kept adding. There were some like user level collections that have literally taken them years to put together. And that's not even the official release levels. But yeah, thank you. Okay, so why? It seems like that sorting is not working correctly. So I think I can just set a breakpoint and just hop into it, see what's going on. Part UI manager, where do I want to go? Part loader util. Okay, and then let's find the location. Or it's gonna right here. That's where I would get to. Okay, so reload. Set this. Bam. Okay, get ready. And then, oh, okay. What's the call stack look like? No, we're still in replace component from part URL. That's okay. This is probably a good place to see what I'm dealing with. Head children. Whoa. Head component children. Okay, what I'm looking for is part types that are set. Yep, see that there. Init data. mouth. Nose. Yeah. Ooh, two mouths. Two mouths. Did I see that right? Yes. Okay. That could be part of the issue. Okay, so what's calling this? I could set the parent to null for the original component before I come down to here. But yeah, I still haven't figured out why this won't sort. So if I say yeah, that should work. Goose. Yeah, C#. Let's do it. Okay, so back to here. Okay, so are the children out of order now? Got mouth at the very end. Part URL, yeah, that's the new one. So what I'm expecting to have happen is that children will now be in the correct order. I'm going to look at that question in just a sec. Okay, still see mouth at the end. So it is like it did not sort in place. Huh. Part type to draw order map, a part type. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Hold on, Goose. I just gotta complete this thought. Const. Next children. Okay, console log. Next children. Boom, boom. Restart. There we go. All right, let's see. So you got an app set up in Visual Studio. Want to start using precompiler directives to check which build configuration you're running. So you can change the app UI based on which configuration you're in. Very good chance you'll lose me on this one. But okay, yeah, but precompiler directives. Actually, that makes sense to me. So what's the part that gives you an obstacle? Because I'm assuming you go into Visual Studio, you go into project settings, and there's going to be some place where you can add in your precompiler directives. Yeah. So I haven't used Visual Studio to compile in a long time. But I do remember from about 10 years ago that there was, there was like an option for a debug build versus a production build. I'm giving you like the weakest clues from based on 10-year knowledge of like the Visual Studio IDE. But are you choosing like the right start the build release? Okay, yeah. So when you initiate your build, you're choosing to make a release build. And if that's true, oh, you've added 3 more like targets, like build targets. I think that's what they're called in IDE. Okay. And then you said above, it still thinks the configuration is debug. What is the thing that you see which causes you to say that? Like maybe the build output's generating, debug artifacts or something like that. Okay. That makes some sense. And in the targets that you set up, you haven't, like maybe in a fit of copy and pasting, included the debug variable as one of your pre-compiler directives. My apologies if I'm just... it's likely you've got a more complex problem than I'll be able to dig into, and I'm telling you like some of the like checklist type things that might be well past how far you've gotten, and I apologize if that's how it comes across. I don't... Yeah, exactly. Rubber ducking. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, I guess that's one thing I would just make sure that like when you created your new target and you put in your pre-compiler directives that you didn't copy over a debug definition. Define constants 2. I see. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm coming up a little bit dry. I just haven't used that particular IDE anytime recently. When I was doing the C# development for Unity, there's actually a separate compiler linker that is used for Unity. Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more helpful. Okay, so we got console log next children. Did I do a build on this dependent library? Let's go back and check that. replace this, and I want to see what the heck is going on with this reordering. Okay, what are the next children? Are they ordered correctly? Okay. And it did. No, they aren't. They are not ordered correctly. This is really weird. See, there's nose. Nose has a value of 300, so I expected it to get in front or behind or after the mouth of 200. Do I just like have this sorting function completely wrong? Let's double check. MDN array sort. First element for comparison. Okay. And then okay, so we say if the value is greater than 0, we'll have A before B. A after B. It's less than 0, A before B. Okay? Let's go and think about that code a little bit. Positive A after B. Whatever. Okay. So I'm saying let's get the number corresponding to the part type. A, B, okay. For A, and that would be mouth 200 compared to nose 300. So 200 minus 300 is going to be a negative number, less than 0, and that would keep it as it is, with the mouth ahead of the nose. Boy, something really weird going on. I guess I can break it down further. I can make a compare function. Compare parts. And we do A canvas component, B canvas component, and it's going to return number. I'll just make it exactly the same, but now I'll be able to take a look at it. If it's inside this function, I can look at it in the debugger. Okay. And this I'll just take out. Not the whole thing. Compare parts. Okay. Now, I have no idea why this wouldn't work. Now just look at this one more time. Is there some other aspect of it I'm missing? sort AB or compare function. I could do inline. I got it. Now, you're very clear about sorting in place. Okay. Let's build that again. Oops, not that one. Okay. So what is A and what is B? A init data. Okay, so it's mouth against eyes. Delta 100. So mouth against eyes, it returned 100, and that means that A mouth should come after eyes. That is correct. Okay, cool. Now, what's this next one? Here, let's do this. A dot init data part type. Okay, B dot init data. Okay. Now here, I'm expecting the delta to come back as negative, meaning that the mouth should come before the nose. It did not. Well, okay, so A is nose. That should be, oh wait, no. No, I got them mixed around. So A is nose, which is a value of 300. And B is mouth, which has a value of 200. The delta is 100. That means that A, the nose, comes after the mouth. That is correct. That is the compare function operating as it should. I wonder if it's because I marked children as a const variable. That's really strange. Okay, now what are my two things? This I kind of don't care about. Although, what did it say? Delta is none. Does that screw it up in some way? It might. That NAN might be messing up things. Well, I can fix that and try it. Yeah. It's definitely not part of the defined behavior of that compare function for me to return none. Yeah, it's making me hungry for Indian food. Okay, so let's just say if A is UE or B is UE, just return 0. In other words, just don't do any sorting if there's a UI element there. Okay. Oh, that kind of makes sense because there could be a UI element that's in between. It's in between two things. Okay. So, okay, if A is UI, return B is UI. If B is UI, then we say don't do any sorting. But otherwise, we say that we want A to come after B, and for that one to say return 1. So UI components to end. After non-UI. Okay. This might be it right here. Dang it. Really? Where's my next children? So this should have gone to the end. I don't know why it didn't. Hold on. Did I do a build? I think I did. No, it picked up. It's right here. Or is there a better way to do that code? There's another case. There's another case. So sometimes B might be maybe I might need to do if B is UI. But A is not. B is UI, then I want to return -1 to have B come after A. There we go. That was it. Okay. Kinda hard. Alright, let's clean up the junk code. Gotta fix. And this is not needed. So let's build that. And let's go back to the web app project and put this stuff back in. Should not need this. need this either. Console. Okay. Let's see how we're doing. Do a little bit of testing and see if I've regressed. Okay, replace the nose. Bam. You're staying under. Good for you. It is a tricky thing to get a good join on fluffy facial hair and noises and noses. Some noses are better, the ones with the downturn to them. The mustache tucks under it really well. Making Super Mario here. Okay, it seems to be working great. Let's go check the hair color changes. Okay. Passes the smoke test. Yeah, it's a nice kind of medium difficulty bug to fix. Let's commit that. That's good change. Git push off to GitHub. Git push. Man. Oh, okay. That would have been a README update. Okay, git pull. Okay, nice. All right, what am I doing next? I have been noticing that this asset, no, not this asset, this asset here, the skin mask is off a little bit now. Not sure how that happened. I'm guessing I just jiggled it inside of Photoshop. Let's see if that is also a problem with this one. Harder to tell. No, it's there too. It's there too. Okay, let's go back to the first one, see if I can get that fixed. Or, I'm already here. Yeah, this one might be tricky because I did this recombining thing. Let's do Billy Mouth first. Okay. So the mask. Did I jiggle it? Is that what happened? Let's do 1 pixel. Whoops. Can't even tell if that moved anything. There you go. 1 pixel. Okay. Export. I know a better way to do this. I'll take this, line it up exactly over here, then I'll add the exact offset that I know it should need. It might have been an up-down error. It looks like it's an up-down error, not a left-right error. So get these matching exactly. The X is 48. I know the column size is 256, so if I say 48 plus 256, I've got 304. Come into here, set this to 304. Okay, that should be exactly correct. File, save, file, export. Yeah, that might have fixed it. I mean, I'm missing a little bit on the top now. Am I? I don't know if I'm missing anything. It's just... It could be that I'm missing like 1 pixel in that direction. Let me come back and check. Alright, so if I go up 1, then come over here, 304, that's the offset. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think I was off by 1 that way. 304. Okay. Save again. Export again. Public parts. Billy Mouth. Replace. Okay, then back to here. Yeah, so I think that's basically right. But when I created the mask, I didn't quite go far enough in that direction. There's kind of an easy way to fix this, though, I think. Yeah, I think if I just make a copy of the mask, duplicate this layer, and go up 1, and then delete, because I only seem to have a problem along the top, then delete the other parts of this mask. Other than that top, I should be able to just have a 1 pixel higher mask and sort it out that way. There we go. So the content of these pixels color-wise doesn't matter. It's just, do they have alpha or not? That's the only thing that the masking operation looks at, the code that performs the mask. And this particular mask, stop. I'll tell you one thing, I never ever answer calls from people that aren't in my contact list unless I've got some ahead knowledge that somebody like that's going to call me, because otherwise it's just a fire hose of bullshit into my ears. So whoever was trying to call me, fuck them. Okay, Billy Mouth. Okay, do I fix that top part? I think I did. I think I did. It occurs to me too, I'm probably seeing this as dark pixels because I've got this head blown up so large right now. What I was doing previously was maybe down at this level, and I would have not seen those dark pixels. But those dark pixels yeah. I don't know, it's fine. It's fine. This is temporary art anyways. Oh, okay. Save that. Be done with that. Okay, what else? What else do I care about? Got a half hour on the clock. I can't do a lot. Look for to-dos. I wonder if I can refactor some of this stuff here. because this is a lot to look through. I would like to refactor this. I can do that too. So what about what happens if I just put this in a private function? Then just pass. Boy, a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff I don't even need to pass in. So let's just see what gets red squiggles when I just move this all. I want to pass in set modal dialog and set revision any. Okay, this I can also just say return. Okay, and then disabled is going to be a Boolean. Get thumbnail. There's all the part type. There's a lot I gotta pass in. Revision. Head parts, eye parts, mouth parts, nose parts. Head parts. And that's going to be loadable part array. Nose parts, loadable part array, eye parts. Should be careful about doing these in a consistent order. So eyes, head, eyes, mouth, nose. Okay, and I can move this out a little bit further into another function if I want. Okay, so then I gotta do all this stuff. I don't feel like this is like a really great refactor. I think it improves the complexity of this a little bit, reduces it just a little bit, not a lot. Not a lot. In fact, I don't want to put it in a different file. Because it's one of those things where I will be thinking about the JSX definitions and values passed to these selection panes while I'm in this file. And it's not actually helping me that much to put it in a different file. It is helping me just a little bit to have it up here tucked away. And also this declaration here tells me these are the only things that are used by this function, and it kind of narrows what variables are in play, what variables I have to consider, how they might be modified. I'll do this. Yeah, even then it's just like, I don't know. I feel a little bit like I'm popping bubble wrap. So I can find anything more useful to do after this change. Just checking, did I regress anything? I don't think so. I see all the selection panels coming up, so that seems fine. Okay, what else? I'm looking for something that can be done in 20 minutes. I know what I could do in 20 minutes. It's not much, but I could make a little swatch for iris color and put it in the eye selection panel. So let's do that. It won't be able to do anything yet, but part choosers. Selection pane. Skin tone selector. And base it off of that. Iris color selector. Guess this stuff too. Ooh, I don't think these. Oh, I should go delete that, but okay, just one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Iris color. Export export enum. Iris color. Original. Okay. Now I need to find like a handy dandy chart that somebody made. Cartoon eye colors. People love making these little charts with different colors of eyes in it. Let me see. That one kind of looks good, but it's too detailed. This one maybe not bad. The first one I clicked on looks pretty good, actually. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna close these other two unless something hops out at me. Yeah. Okay. one's kind of good too. This one looks like a nice starting point. Let me think. Does it cover the basics? There are like how many eye colors? I think there's like 6. Brown, blue, hazel, amber, gray, green. Okay. Brown, blue, hazel, amber, gray, green. Okay. There's hazel, there's amber. There's blue, there's green. There's brown. There's gray. This is a good one right here. I'm gonna use this one. Jesus. The stuff that pops up underneath. Why do I ever go to Pinterest? I'm going to copy the image and get the heck out of Pinterest. Okay. Now this is the starting point. I'm not going to do all the nuances of it. Let's do blue and light blue, light gray and gray, green. Hazel's a tough one because that's really 2 colors. I'll play with it. Amber, light brown, dark brown, black. Okay. So, light blue, blue, light gray, gray. Blue, gray. Green. I'll do light green and green. Light green, green. And then hazel. Best as I can approach it. Amber. Light brown. I don't think I've ever seen light green eyes. I think that's not a real color. Brown, dark brown, black. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, am I gonna need that name? No, I don't need that yet. Okay, so take that, build that. I've got 11 minutes left. Okay, this will be iris color. Iris color. Oh, you gotta also export that new thing. Iris color. Okay, index. Okay, parts. Eyes. Iris color. There we go. wisp. Okay, and the selectable colors also need to mirror. So, selectable color. There's some basic data entry right about now. See if I can get this chooser to appear on the screen before end of the session. It's going to be tight. Okay, selectable colors. Ooh, I forgot about that one very cool color. It's right at the beginning of the chart. Red. Or even albino red. Kind of like that. There's my swatch. So that's probably what's needed there. Let's go back to the eye selection pane. We'll import almost. Okay, what's next? On change, we'll do nothing for now because it is 5:59. Just want to see the thing rendered on the screen. That's all I want to see in this session. Disabled equals disabled. Give myself a to-do right here. Part thumbnail. And it's disabled. Prop. Okay. So if that's what's going on, okay. There we go. All right, there's my iris colors. Now they don't actually display any real colors. That's another 10 minutes of data entry. You know, I think it's 5 minutes. I think I'll do it because it'll make me happy. So for that, we need these styles, all these styles. Since I'm up, it's like I'm gonna get the search and replace right to save myself some time. It's gonna be like this. We're 3 minutes past the deadline. Okay. Then let's see. Okay. Light blue. What's the color? I'll try to be consistent and pick in the same spot in each place. Okay, there's light blue. Okay, there's blue. Blue gray. Light gray. Gray. Green. Hazel. Weird one. Maybe like that. That's very yellow. That's a little more green. I'll take it. Amber. Light brown. Brown. Dark brown. Black. And this beautiful pink eye. Okay. Let's see how that does. Okay, there we go. We've got some colors to use for irises. That will do it. This is a session. This is the end of a session. I end on victory. That's what I like to do. So for everyone who joined, thank you. Glad to have your company. And I think it's about time to stop the stream. In fact, it's a little bit past time. So stop the stream now.